people saying like it takes a village to raise a child, and the film itself is basically the child. It takes a village to make a movie, and we've all witnessed it just on pretty much every weekend, exactly how much work it takes. This is not something that I would have been able to make all by myself, and so I'm really grateful.
Really great being nominated for Best Actor. This is my first time acting on screen, so it's a really big honor to have been nominated against so many people who have done some great work. Specifically, my co-star Sarah, she was absolutely phenomenal.
It was super exciting being nominated for Best Actress. I wasn't expecting it, especially since it just started with Jason reaching out to me about this one short film, and I was like, okay, let's do it, and then it just snowballed into more.
The two shorts that I did, Leaving and Unforeseen, they're completely different shorts. So with Unforeseen, because of being a romantic drama, it's completely different of how to interact with your actors, but also pacing throughout your short, because you need to leave a little bit more space to enhance your emotions just a little bit more. There's definitely times where I'm sitting there in editing or just modifying something and I'm just like, it doesn't work, and I have that anxiety constantly. You just have to keep going through it, and when you get to a certain stage, like in the judging, all the anxieties that you had before of it's not what it seems.
When you build a story in your mind, right, and you picture it in your mind, and you slowly build this script, and you can see it in your head, and then trying to bring what you got in your head to life on a screen, it's just so challenging and exciting, and I think it's good for your brain, right? I'm an engineer, so I don't get to exercise that creative side very often. So this is a wonderful way to use that side of the brain and tell stories. Storytelling is just, I love it.
Started with my brother and my dad and everything, and I'd done a little bit in the theater department, but never with the acting and all the different lights, and so it was like a whole nother world coming. It was almost to me like stepping into like a Hollywood kind of stage, and like especially with all the production values and cameras and everything going on. And even though I mostly act, I still learn a lot just by watching other people do stuff. It's amazing how much work goes in just behind the scenes. Like I'm blown away by it. It's great to be able to come out here and do this with my family and my brother. Especially, my little brother, he really loves it. He's always talking about Minds of Hollywood, and I know how passionate my dad is about it, and it's great to be able to spend time with him. And honestly, every time I come out here, I feel like I make new friends and I meet new people, and everyone's always really fun.
Grant was saying we don't have any comedies, and I thought, well, I don't have time to write anything or direct or act because I have a full-time job. So I'm just kind of here to observe and learn. But then he said that we didn't have any comedies and it'd be nice for someone to try to write one. So I went home that day and couldn't get the thought out of my head, and I thought, oh heck, I'll just write a comedy. Then I realized I didn't know how to put that into a script format. So you guys told me about the little tools, and I submitted it, said, hey, I have a script, just let me know if you like it. And then Grant said, do you want to direct?
I think Grant asked like, oh, who wants to be a director? And I thought it was a genuine question, like, oh, like a dream job, wants to be a director. I rose my hand, and he just like, all right, cool. You're making a film this semester. This is my first semester, everything, but also this class, this film production class, offers hands-on work, which is great for learning, and your love for film grows even more because you're actually working on the film instead of just opening a textbook or watching a movie.
I wasn't expecting to get into acting. I mostly just wanted to learn kind of the ins and outs of working on a film set, but it was kind of an added bonus that I got to act on a film. So it was really, really great, and I got to learn a lot about, not only about acting, but about the setup of all of a shoot, what it takes to make a short film from start to finish. Working on a film set as an actor is a different experience than working as a crew member. You have less responsibility in the in-between, so you have a lot of time to kind of sit and think about what you're going to be doing in the next scene, but luckily the environment here is so welcoming that I never felt like I was, imposing as an actor. The community has been a really great added bonus. I didn't expect to make as many friends as I have, and it's really just nice to see people on campus that I know that I can stop and say hi to.
Being on set is very valuable, because you're actually working. If you actually take a role, you're actually working on the film instead of just taking a step back and watching professionals work or the teachers work. No, the students are the ones doing the work. The instructors, Grant and Tim, are usually hanging back, have suggestions here and there, but the students are the ones doing the work.
This is my first year in class, which is interesting. I'm actually a computer science major, so I didn't do any acting. Gone fishing was really fun because I actually got to hang out with people. It was a very chill set. It didn't even feel like we were really filming. That was probably one of the more fun films that I've done. I memorized the Norman Bates monologue because I was terrified of disappointing you guys. I thought like everybody was just gonna like fly through it. When I was doing it initially, I thought because I had taken a couple takes, I didn't think I was doing that good. So I was very surprised by that. But I had read that over with my mom. She would correct me every time I would mess it up, and I probably practiced that for like a couple of hours. I think that kind of led me to be able to memorize clothing optional script a lot better because I had already practiced previously.
I like acting because it's fun. Working with the assistants were really neat. Maybe I'll be a filmmaker one day.
I'm a Hollywood actor, so I'm so used to working with people who are so much older, and so it was really fun working with people my age and watching them learn things, and then I can learn along, and it's been a fun experience.
So it was my son, Vernon, right out of high school, didn't know what we were gonna do, had no clue. And they had a college days thing at the high school. We were walking around bench to bench, and we bump into Grant. And we're like, well, what do you do? And he's like, well, we have a film department. I'm like, I never heard of that. How come that's not more well known? And he's like, yeah, so I told him about my son who's special needs. We're trying to figure it out. And we said, we think Vernon could join us here, join you. And Grant's like, we would love to have Vernon join us. So Vernon joined, and then I was like, well, what the heck? Because we always made little short, goofy films before. Why don't I do it too? Because I want to start learning about film, so we both did it together.
I do stand-up comedy. I did it like before coming to Gavilan. So a friend of mine, I talked to him that was part of the film program, and he sent me a script. When I first read it, I was really excited. I really liked it, and I thought this would be something that the film program could do. I've just been kind of like a director and editor before. Acting was like a big change, but I think honestly having that like year and a half, or not year and a half, like more like a year or so of comedy that I did really helped me out.
5 years kind of not making movies. I graduated CSUMB from their film program in 2018, and I spent a lot of time like trying to find work in the area, or just even like trying to raise money to get myself down to LA. And you know, life happens, it doesn't really work out sometimes. I do still plan on doing it eventually, but for now I was like, well, I just got to get back into making movies. I got to do something while I'm still here. And my cousin introduced me to this program, and she told me exactly how much experience and how many people she was meeting. Even before I was officially a part of this program, I would help out with some movies and come on set and just like watch the process of everything. And I just thought it was like, wow, this is a really cool thing that's just so close.
My love for film is more towards creating stories, and me, I'm always constantly coming up with random stories, and I'll just jot them down. And now that I have this opportunity, I'm happy that I could turn those ideas into actual film.
So the Gav Film Program is a phenomenal program. Grant and Tim, great professors, willing to help you out at like day or night, anytime. You could just reach out to them. There's been so many different things that I learned that I didn't expect at all. And because of the way it's set up, it allows the students to go down this path of their interest. VFX is not taught here, but because of the way it's set up, how the professors push students, it's allowed me to have those opportunities to explore those paths.
I've been interested in a lot of things that I've never been able to afford to learn about. One of those is film, and throughout the last about 6-7 years I've been working on editing, and I've learned a lot from YouTube, but that has its limits. And I really wanted to learn a lot more of some of the technical aspects from behind the camera especially. I didn't quite know what to expect, so I learned more than I thought I would, which is great. I learned how much little I knew, and so there's that. I've always known enough to be dangerous, meaning I kind of know what I want to do, but I don't always know how to do it, so it's been a real fun way to hone in. I have a brother in marketing, and his wife has worked on commercials, and he's done different things. And so when I said, for example, hey, I get to film my movie, we're gonna use a Red camera, he's like, really, that's a legit class that you're taking. editing is the worst until it's done, and then you're like, oh, this is amazing. I'm the best. Not I'm the best, but it's just I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the finished products. That's kind of how I feel right now. All these hours, more hours than I thought possible for a 4-minute, 5-minute film, but to see the final product is extremely rewarding.
My biggest advice would be to just do it. Come to class, be here, and don't just sit in the back. Push your way in if you have to. When they're pushing the buttons on the camera, get your head in there and ask questions. Why are they doing that? What's this for? What's that for? You know, and volunteer as much as you can. Just get it, because this is the best place that I've ever seen. I've heard people from universities that don't even match what you'll get here at Gavilan, because it's all wonderful hands-on work, and you're going to learn how to make movies by coming here, but not if you sit in the background. You got to just get in there and do it. Yeah, maybe the first semester, kind of ask questions, you know, get your hands on some stuff, and then next semester, volunteer to direct a short film.